Guess who's back? Back again. Pod brothers are back. Don't tell your man. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, and to say that I have missed you lot would be a flippin' understatement. You don't know what you got till it's gone. You really do not know what you've got till it's gone. It's been months. I can't even remember how long. Like they say in that one movie, it's been 3 months, 90 days, 90 days. But we are back, and I can guarantee you we are going to bring the flames, people. So you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, caramba. Don't let me go fetch my sandal. Don't be a fulenda puta. The minute you step in here, like the thing. And if you're new in here, subscribe. The minute you get in here, like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Allow me to introduce my first guest, a man that is good behind the camera, as good as he is in front of it, one and only, straight out of Old Trafford, my brother from another mother. Olly, what are you saying, my G? Talk to me, my brother.
I was wondering, who's he talking about?
I'm talking about you, my G. Come on, Bram.
Yeah, how's it, D, bro? How's it?
I'm well, man. I'm well. You know what? It's not the same as
Okay.
this is how it's supposed to be. It's not the same in
Away,
the group.
away.
Love to talk
Away,
to
away,
you, my
away.
bro. I've missed you. I've
Away.
missed you, my guy.
Yeah, no, I
And
know. It's been a lot of chats, but no action. So finally we
no,
got
man,
some action, so good
it's not
timing.
the same, man. It feels like I'm catching to a pen pal. It's just not the same,
Yeah,
man. But
exactly.
love for jumping on, my bro. It's gonna be looks set to be an
Awesome.
awesome show. And standing in
Awesome.
for Bistaroni is Kebab, the one, the only, also one that can hold his own by all means, and representing Liverpool tonight, Mr. Isadore. How are you, my G?
David, Olly, how are you guys doing?
Isadore.
All
How you
good.
guys doing?
Isadore just waiting on me to comment in the group all the time, and he can just see. Okay, now I must see. He always agrees to. He always agree with Ollie. He always agree with Ollie.
Something like that, bro.
Would you say it's not the same? It's not the same in the group as what it is. Yeah, this is much better. Would you agree?
Bruh, that is like a football game this way, bro.
You
One
would think.
thing out that you do
Look
is the
here in the
backside.
group. In the group, you would think me and DVD want to kill each other.
Eh? I would have believed you,
But you know
this way, bro.
the some guys, you know I go to some huh?
Yeah,
The
you
some
know how it
monsters.
goes. But it's fair enough. And without further ado, our final guest tonight, but I'm sure he's not going to be the last. Bram, the man, I'm sure will come in. He's doing his lateness, his greatness thing tonight. But the man with the biggest smile, people say he is my twin brother. Without further ado, Benny Blanco, what are you saying, my G? How are you?
I'm great, but I missed everyone here, missed the pod, missed our therapy sessions. But we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
We are firing. We are firing. You know what? Without further ado, gents, let's not waste any time. We've already took 5 minutes with the introductions. We all here. We know why we're here. No other place to start. We've all seen the snippets. I'm not too sure. Look, Benny, Isadore, Benny, Olly, I know you guys didn't watch the interview. Isadore, I'm
I
sure
did.
you
I did.
watched the interview. Okay.
I watched Stuckies and then I stopped because I was fuck it.
Okay, fair enough. Look, we've all seen the snippets. We know what was said. I'll go first and I'll give my opinion. The question I want to pose is, does Ronaldo have a point? Look, let me go straight up saying, I don't like the fact, number one, that it does ruin his appearance. I don't believe you should does somebody's appearance, number one.
No
And
matter how they look, no matter how they look, and no matter how right you are, we don't do this.
Tandy, man like Tandy in the cut, you know, my G. Sorry, got a bit carried away there. Unprofessional. Now, so, no matter how they look, number one. And I didn't agree with the fact that he took a swipe at Ten Hag. I think he's arrogant in the fact that he said that he doesn't know who Ten Hag is. You're living under a rock if you don't know who Eric Ten Hag is.
No, he said he doesn't know who Rangnick is.
Yeah, but he said that if you watch, I don't know. He said also, he didn't know much about Ten Hag. That's what he said. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. He said that, yeah.
so that's my take on it. But furthermore, I think I'm gonna agree with whatever. I'm gonna echo the same sentiments what you guys are saying. I think it's only right that the Manchester United guys speak on this. Ollie, I'll let you go first because I can imagine Benny is going to go in full on explicit. So I'll
He's
let
just
you
gonna
be
go
the first one
angry.
that
Nah, he's not worth it, gents. He's not worth it. He's not worth it.
Go ahead,
Look,
Ollie. What did
you
you
know,
think of it?
yeah, you know what? Like it's if you look at the snippets and you look at the actual interview, it's two different things. Like obviously, like you almost feel you understand it more when you look at the interview. The snippets is just like it's just like bringing all the bad stuff out. So that's why like I get it. Look, like you said, obviously the point that he made about Ten Hag, which was wrong. I think that was too much. But the rest of it actually, most of it actually, I think most of us can agree to what he was saying. But obviously, in terms of the Ten Hag situation, that was a bit disrespectful, and also the appearance of Rooney, it's like because also Rooney is a player that you almost can't badmouth. He's a player. He's one of the top 5 players who gives everything every game for United. So yeah, that was a bit too much for him. But yeah, I think the interview. I think the timing of it was a bit. I think he could have at least waited one more day. Let Ken also get his shine. I think that he should have waited one more day, because I mean the goal that he scored was a similar position where Ronaldo scored a goal a couple of years ago, even though it was more like a solo goal. But I mean, it meant something. I mean, that kid looks up to Ronaldo like since he was born. So can you imagine like how that limelight was taken away from him? And once again, here we are. We'll have a good game, but we'll speak about Ronaldo after every game, which is actually a bit ridiculous. So
It's sad and it's
but
so
yeah,
annoying.
it's sad. Yeah. So for me, it's like, and I made a joke the other day, and I was saying like, people, Diana did the exact same interview as Ronaldo, like exactly the exact interview, like for the against the monarchy, and people love them more. And then those same people that's now against Ronaldo was also for Diana. So for me, it's like that's just how fans are, man. So for me, like, if you look at the interview, he's hurt, man, and I think he's been playing with a broken heart for quite some time. If you look deeper into it, if you look at the interview, he's not angry. I think he's really sad. And I think us as fans and as human beings, we have to take that in consideration, because he's also been through a lot. His family's been through a lot. And a player like that, with that caliber, won't just come out and do something like this, man, knowing he'll tarnish his career. So obviously, there's been a lot of thought behind the whole thing. Maybe it's been planned all along. Or probably has been planned. But at some point look, he's my favorite player, so I'm gonna defend him. But I'm also gonna say it's wrong where he was wrong. But I mean, I think the interview, a lot of players in that club has probably felt the way Ronaldo has felt, but no, everyone was just scared to say anything. And so it's nice to have a player that big of a caliber to come out and say this. So for me, I think it was brilliant. Yeah, like the Thanos said, I think you know what, like the Glazers has been messing up this club for a very long time, and Ronaldo didn't really point out their name, which he should have done. But I mean, they pay 500,000 euros a week to his salary, so I think that is why he didn't really say that.
Pounds a week, bruh. Pounds a week. Pounds a week. Very big difference.
Before I let Benny go, I think the interview was not a bad idea. I think we will see now more players, even in interviews, more players will express themselves, and that's also a good thing for players. Players need to say how they feel, but also not say too much. So I think you also play better at the end of the day. So Ronaldo has been playing poor this season because he's been feeling this way. He's been feeling hurt for a very long time. So with him saying all this, he might come out and destroy this World Cup. Because it's all opposites now. I wouldn't surprise me. So for me, like, I support him. I support him, and well done to him for coming out and speaking the truth.
Fair enough. Benny, I know you have a fat load to say. What would you say?
I don't agree with shit that Olly just said now, bro.
Okay.
Never mind the content, man. Never mind the content. Think of the consequence of that interview. Think of the future of Ronaldo for Manchester United. Think of when you say I work in Parliament and I have a problem with our urinal. Do I go on carte blanche? and say this is the state of the urinal at Parliament, or do I send a strongly worded email to facilities management? Don't Carrington have a facilities manager? Don't Old Trafford have a facilities manager? I mean, there's internal processes and steps that you take before giving an interview to the biggest cunt in the world that does interviews in Piers Morgan. If you had to give the interview to anyone else, it would have made a lot more sense, and people would have maybe actually think this guy is actually telling the truth. But the way Piers Morgan spanned that, the way he spun that interview was so anti-United that nothing, whether Ronaldo said it was good or bad, would stick. It's sour grapes. It's from an egocentrical, most self-centered man in the world, and people say that you need that mentality, that characteristic, that personality to be number one, which he is and which he was for a very long time. But the human side to that, I don't agree with. Cristiano Ronaldo and Max Verstappen is in the same WhatsApp group. They're exactly the same people. They think only about themselves. It's the truth, bro.
I think most players care mostly about themselves.
Think. He's going to the World Cup now, Portugal's World Cup. They did nothing but talk about Ronaldo. Nothing but talk about Ronaldo. Each and everyone that gave an interview that is somehow connected to United, somehow played for United, all just spoke about Ronaldo. This World Cup has been, the build-up to it has just been this interview of Ronaldo. That is how he is as a person. He's been proper piss poor for this entire season for United. He scored a penalty and a tap-in. He's missed nothing but sitters every single time he's played. If you look at the stats without Ronaldo, we are a way better team. Olly, you can't strain me on that. Ronaldo, remember at the beginning, Davey, I told you when we signed Ronaldo, one or two things can happen. He can come and be the absolute legend at United that everybody would want him to be, or you could end up sacking Olly.
Yeah.
The latter happened. And he feels that it is everybody else's fault but himself. But his arrival at United changed the entire dynamic within the dressing room and on the pitch, on and off the field. The people that we see outside, they are inside. I'm talking about the players in the dressing room that he badmouth, the kids that he's supposed to look up and idolize him, the shit that he spoke about him. But I don't agree with nothing that Ronaldo did there. Yes, maybe the state of Old Trafford needs upgrading, the infrastructure at Carrington needs upgrading.
People have been saying that for months now already.
But do you think that's necessary to come out in an interview and give that shit to Piers Morgan for the world, a world exclusive? Tell me what everybody knows already. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows Carrington needs work.
But Benny, this is how it works. Like, sorry to break your word. Like, you know, when you're at work and you tell a client something over the phone, or you approach him and you tell him the exact same thing that your manager was going to tell him, but he will still want to speak to the manager, then for some reason he understands it now better. So, like, in this sense, like Ronaldo saying what he said now, yes, it's been the glaze out, whatever, and the people has been protesting. But Ronaldo saying what he said, you will definitely see a change now. We needed someone that on that caliber to have come say this, that just say the same thing again, which is your manager.
I get that.
You know? So, yeah, I think that is.
But the way you went about it, I get that fully. You could have said all of that shit in a post and it would have reached more people than what it did with giving that interview to Piers fucking Morgan, bro. You could have just tweeted all of his grievances and would have made more of an impact, and he would have looked less as a dose in the eyes of many United fans that adored him. And I'm sorry now, I don't know. I don't want to say it because he's not deserving of that word, because the pussy is actually something that some people like. I hate Ronaldo for this interview.
Benny, can I ask you a question? What do you? Okay, so obviously had a poor season the second season, right? Messi had a similar season the first season he went to PSG, if you can remember last season. He only now the season has changed. It's actually opposite now between the two of them. If you look at it, like if you look at how we played last season and how we ended up last season, it looked like we needed an inspiration last season, right? Which was Ronaldo, I take it. But like, if you look at where we ended and how we ended our season, take him out of the team, take his goals out of the team. What do you think would have happened to that year's team? Like, I know we spoke about it last time,
Yes,
But
we
like,
did.
but looking at it now, like, what do you think would have happened? Like, we would have ended lower. Would we have done worse? What do you think?
In hindsight, for me, I always said that there was a plan without Ronaldo going into last season. And Ronaldo fucked up that entire plan. Because if you looked at all the players that shone the season before, Bruno Fernandes, perfect example. He stopped playing his game in order to accommodate Ronaldo. Everybody in United's team played around Ronaldo. And that killed Olly. It killed Olly's way he played. Right enough, we didn't have much of an identity under Olly, but we still had a way of grinding out results, playing some beautiful football. Now with Ronaldo last season, so yes, he scored 24 goals, but wasn't he one of the big reasons as to why we had the bad season in the first place? Do you know what I mean? In hindsight, we can say yes. In hindsight, we can say yes, because in this season, you see how United is playing with and without Ronaldo. Two totally different sides. Two totally different teams. With and without.
I agree.
Good evening, Prem.
I can remember on the.
Hi guys, hi everybody. Can you guys hear me?
On the pod also.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, we can
Hey,
hear
Bram.
you.
Loud and clear.
I
Welcome,
also
Bram.
said-
Welcome, Bram. Lightness is greatness. Lovely. Love it. Welcome. Welcome. You can
Sorry,
just call
Isadore, for jumping in. All
I'm listening, Isadore, bro. I'm listening, bro.
Like I said also, Fernandes was brilliant before Ronaldo came. He was scoring goals for nothing, my bro. Like Benni also said now, he was just accommodating Ronaldo.
Everyone was. And even if he plays now, this season, they still do it. Look at all the sitters he missed, Olly.
Yeah.
Look at every game that he's played. Look at all the sitters that he's missed. That is United accommodating Cristiano Ronaldo. Because when he plays in your team, that is what you have to do. That is what you have to do. Don't take nothing away. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that he's a bad player. In the eyes of many and in the eyes of myself, he's still one of the best in the world. But this shit from him at this age, in this stage of his career, the club that you not know, it's not worth it.
But Benny, this is the question, right? Like, Bruno and whoever they formed up in the Ronaldo game, whatever, right? But like, what does that tell you about the players' mentality? Like, does that tell you that the players actually have a weak mentality? How can you let one player affect your every game? That doesn't make any sense. So that means for me, like, that Bruno wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the and now someone else comes. There's always going to be someone else. That's how football works. But you as a player need to have a mentality that whoever comes in, you still need to contribute. You still need to be a player that you were last season. Why did it take Ronaldo to take Bruno's mentality like to a low? Like it's for me, it's like it shows me, and I see it now also as now when he's captain, right? I question a lot of things that he does on the field. You know, like I mean, he passed like fucking Fred. Like I mean, he's a horrible passer at the ball. So you can't tell me that. For me, it's like we're saying Bruno's, but I mean, how weak must your mentality be as a player if you allow another player to just make your game poor every week? That doesn't make sense.
Just one player. It isn't just one player. But Ronaldo is one of the players that should not have been playing every game. The same with Harry Maguire. So if you're in that dressing room and you see, say someone like Eric Bailly, there's Maguire catching on, making 3 blunders every game, every 90, and you still on the bench for him, does that not breed this harmony, this unity within the dressing room? The same with Ronaldo. They see that this man is... So if you are in the team and the player comes, that's like you said, there's always going to be another player. If that player is better and he contributes to the team and the team plays better, then fine. But if you can see that this player is actually harming the way the team plays and his mentality, all the shit that this guy has done since the beginning of the season, since his first day of preseason, has shown that he has no intention of being here. How is that disrespect from Ten Hag when he didn't even meet Ten Hag yet, but he said that he wants to leave? How is that disrespect? And what has Ten Hag ever done but protect him in the media? That's all he's been doing.
The armband 1 week after he fucking stormed.
Exactly. Remember when they stormed up the first time?
But like Benny, look at it this way, right? Like, this is where the same thing comes in now. Now you look at the player, like for example, let's say the lot, right, who's been like poor like for a long time. So now Ronaldo's there, his game has changed. So now, like, where does the
Ronaldo's there last season also? Ronaldo's there last season also.
Play, bro. When we start to play.
Wan-Bissaka played at the beginning only while the Gunnisok under Rangnick. Wan-Bissaka did not play. Diego Dalot played under Wan-Bissaka. Under Rangnick.
I'm just saying, like where do you get the balance then between the players?
Okay, so I give you Dalot. Who else?
Garnacho. I mean, also played well when Ronaldo's playing.
10 games ago. You can really say that Garnacho's been playing for 10 games for United this season. I'm talking about last season. I give you Dalot. Who else? I'm talking about last season. I give you Dalot. Who else? Who else raised the game for Ronaldo? Because of Ronaldo.
Last season.
I can give you two players who dropped off. Rashford and Sancho dropped off, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sorry, Bruno.
Bruno as well. Oh, look, we can go on all day. First and foremost, let me wish Ahmad a happy birthday. You see,
happy birthday, bro.
Well, my brother.
Happy birthday, Ahmed.
He's an awesome, cool dude. You've always been. Love for the love. But before I come on to Bram, Isadore, what have you made of it? Because I get both sides of the story. I get where Olly's coming from, and I hear where Benni is coming from.
Are we still on the Ronaldo topic?
Yes, sir. We're still on here.
Okay.
Us and the whole of the world.
I wanted to say something about that. I also wanted to say something about that.
No,
Like Devin,
I'll let Isadore go first.
Devin, I don't disagree on a lot of things that Benny is saying. I don't. I don't. This is. I look at it on both sides. So I get what Benny is saying, and I think a lot of fans get what Benny is saying. A lot of fans feel the way Benny is saying. But there's always two sides, so we have to look at it both sides. And I don't disagree. There's maybe one or two things I disagree, but I don't disagree with everything Benny is saying. So he has a valid point in what he's saying.
Of course. No, that's what I'm saying. You both make valid points. I hear both sides, but Isadore.
I also get what. Sorry, before you get to Isadore, I get what you are saying. I get that he's changed league at Old Trafford, and maybe it took someone of the caliber of Ronaldo in order to effect that change or to speed it up. I get that, but there's different ways and means of doing things. That was not the proper way to go to say that United needs upgrading. It's not the proper way, bro, because he will never play for United again. And if he does, what's to stop the next player from doing the same thing? Now, that is my thing. So he knew that and he knew that anything else he would have said would have been fine. But the fact that he said he doesn't respect Ten Hag, that's just that statement is enough for him to never play for United again. He crossed the line with that. So I get what you were saying, Olly, and it's not that I disagree with everything that you were saying. I'm saying I disagree with the entire interview. The content does not mean shit to me because of how the interview was done. It doesn't mean shit to me. That's just how I feel.
Fair enough. Say none. Isadore, this comment actually by Aslam, you're paying him 500k a week. I think Eric might have caused this. We don't know what Eric spoke to him or promised him in the interview. Eric was like nice in the plans because that's what was said in the beginning.
We had a double perspective of the whole thing. I was a bit confused, like, is he in his plans, not in his plans, just saying what he's saying? Doesn't he mean it? Doesn't mean it? We all like, I think Eric has not also been open completely with the fans.
True. But,
just got a backfire.
There's a way you handle it though. How else would you expect Eric to handle it?
Of course. You have to include him in the plans because if he says no.
How else? If he says no, then what do? You sit with a £500,000 a week.
Let Isadore speak. Let Isadore speak, guys. Waiting.
Isadore, the question I was going to ask you, do you think this is I understand what Olly is saying, the man is hurt, right? But do you think also he realizes he's coming to an end now, his career's coming to an end, he's on the decline? What do you make of the interview?
David, did I just hear you say the bra is hurt?
Yeah.
He's hurt. He's hurt in what he's done already to the club.
How can you have his face on Old Trafford after that interview? How? Fuck him.
I'm gonna agree what Olly and Benni said because they know Ronaldo, it's their club. But from my point of view, you can't also
sorry, call me King Benni, bitches. I was like King Benni, King Olly 3 times for every point you picked up against you. Go on, Isadore.
Ronaldo even said in the interview that what is that guy's name, Sensio, And what is his name? Your guy's left winger that played against Liverpool.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Ilanga.
No.
Ilanga.
Ilanga.
Yes. I should have gone and studied.
No, that is a meme. Sometimes you must tell a player you must rather go to university. That is a meme, Isadore. You don't really go to
But check for me, no? You can't disrespect your coach, man. The thing is, he gave you ample opportunity to prove yourself. Even when you walked out of against the Tottenham Spurs game, and now you done again another incident as well. Now you go and say everybody is doing this to Rooney and to this to the club also. But for me, no, I would let that man go. If United is still gonna have that man there, then I don't know what is gonna happen. And Ronaldo said he wants to play Champions League. Didn't he arrive at United when they were playing Champions League? Now
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, we
Yeah, you played Champions League with last season. With Olly, we win Champions League. We finished second the season before, bro. Yes, Ronaldo was. He scored 6 in the Champions League last season. He scored 6 in the Champions League.
You don't remember?
Was man have amnesia? Can you see him when you blindly support the player? That's what happened.
They've been so poor, I forgot to play the Champions League.
He scored 6 in the Champions League last season, my man.
I just want to say my whole thing on this thing, right? It was a perfect staged setup. Perfect. The interview
Stage bow. Stage bow.
Staged by both of them. Piers Morgan is one of his closest allies, closest friends, right? Piers Morgan is known for controversy. If you look at it this way, the questions posed to him is posed in such a way that I look at it this. He's met with Piers Morgan and said, look here, I need a way out of this club. Right? I can't be diplomatic. I need a way out. Now, he wanted to leave in the summer. Right? Yeah. It's come out, it's facts. He wanted to leave. And the owners have now, I don't know if this is a knee-jerk reaction, but the owners have stated there were 4 clubs that came in for him that wanted to take him. They couldn't get the buyer up until the last minute because of his salary. Now,
I would kiss him.
Sorry. So I'm led to believe that this interview was not done now the other night. This was done in August.
Yeah, long time.
Between the two of them, right? So which means that if they were going to get the buyer of him, this thing would never have made the air. It would never have come out. Because they couldn't get the buyer, and he looks like he's going to stay once again. If he didn't make this interview, he would have been at United till the season ends. He doesn't want to be there. Exactly. So what's the perfect thing to do is unleash this thing while I go to Qatar.
On the World Cup.
Exactly. While I'm there, they've got no choice but to get rid of me, to sell me, and I can go on and move my merry way. That is sound like a spoiled brat. I'm going to force you to get rid of me, right? I don't agree with the highlighted facts of the club, this upgraded, blah, 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 the training facilities. 80% of the world's football clubs have not upgraded their facilities. I think Liverpool only upgraded their training facilities 3 years ago. Spurs, if you're looking at 2 clubs in the Premier League that have upgraded their facilities, Spurs and Leicester City. Nobody else, right? Nobody else, because nobody's got money. United
I want to respond to this,
right? United won trophies with this poor, decaying training ground or whatever, right? For him to come and criticize the facilities, you mean to say that he didn't know what it was like at United? I think he's lying.
Before signing, exactly.
He is lying if he says he didn't know the state of the club, the state that it was in. I'm sorry, you are Cristiano Ronaldo. You will not just blindly sign for the team. You will do your homework. He was after the money, right? The money was going to be paid, was sufficient for him. things didn't go the way it planned, and now he's looking for the scapegoat out. Because he earns so much money, now he's going to buy him. So what has he got to do? He needs to force his way out here, right? So I think at stage, it's all set up. I don't buy into the facilities. This must be changed. And people saying, oh, wow, he's highlighted this and that about the club. Gary Neville has spoken about it months ago. The club is in a decay. But when you were winning under Mourinho and you won the 2 trophies, the club was in decay then. Nobody spoke about it. When things go bad, everything can come out. But when things are going well, wins will cover over the cracks. It will. It literally will.
Prem, question, Bram. So, last one, I forgot my question.
Yeah, look, he has no respect for anybody else but his ego and his brand. That's the only thing that matters.
Now, what is the end game? Who in the right mind that is supposedly a Champions League team, because that is why he's doing all of this shit, so that he can get a Champions League team in January, so that he can protect his goal scoring record from fucking Messi. Who in the right mind that is left in the Champions League will take Ronaldo?
That was the next question I was going to pose before we move on from him.
Listen,
now, Chelsea maybe?
Listen, at the end of the
If you were Chelsea fan, would you want him at your club?
No,
listen, at the end of
Fuck
the
no.
day, we are all fans, right? We are all fans of football clubs, right? We're just fans. We can all say nobody will want him, nobody will take him, who's going to want him after this, blah, 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 blah. The owner of any football club is purely going to look at it like this. This brother, if I sign him for 6 months, I'm going to generate X amount of funds. I'll let him go at the end of the season. Right? That's what club owners think. Because you've got owners today that are not football fans like us. They are not fans. They're not passionate. They don't care about the reputation. I can see Todd Bowley going to him and say, come here. Come here. I'm American. I don't care what these people are going on about. Come and play for me.
Didn't Bowley want him?
I feel Chelsea is the only club. But after this interview, that Chelsea said that they don't want anything to do with it, and it was supposedly Bayern Munich also. Sky Germany came out yesterday and said that Bayern Munich have no intention of even discussing or negotiating with Cristiano Ronaldo. And
I think this whole thing is backfired on him.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, Davey, I support what you say about Piers Morgan. What kind of a person throws your own friend under the bus? He had to know that this is not going to come out well for you. At the end of the day, if we do this, I can do this. My ratings is going to go up. I'm going to be overtake whoever in the space of a week. But this is not going to end well for you. Exactly. And I think it was just dumb. It was stupid of them to do. It was a staged act. But the end goal was he wanted to get out of United. And what better way than to criticize him? Because United were going to hold on to him. They were going to hold on to him. I blame the owners. For this whole episode.
Who's he saying that they want to get rid of him? They want to get rid of him last season, which is the season that he signed. And this season, like, United came out and said that he's not going anywhere. Who wants to get rid of him?
But Benny, that's where the twofold stories come in.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. Remember, I said earlier, was this a knee-jerk statement from them to say we could not find a buyer? And they revealed the 5 clubs that were off team. AC Milan, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Napoli. And then I don't know if it was a joke about Newcastle or the other club, right? So was it a knee-jerk reaction? He didn't want to be there. It was obviously he wanted to leave after last season. He was going to leave. He wanted to leave, wanted to get out there. So then I get no choice but to say after January, he is in my plans. Well, what is he going to say? He's not in my plans and have a £500,000 player sitting on the bench.
Exactly, which is what it is already. In reality, he is a £500,000 a week player sitting on the bench. Because the team is
no choice but to say, because remember, this is not just guys, this is not just any footballer. Hate him, love him. This man has got a flippant reputation with stats, with trophies, with accolades. This is not just any footballer. This is the present day Maradona or Pele, right? And you're going to say he's not in my plans, and it backfires on you. Then I would be sacked by before the season's over because you publicly said you try to be the boss and say Ronaldo's not in my plans. We've got to be open-minded, guys, and we're not. Let's not all be dumbfounded and blind by Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. Every fan. We all slated Ronaldo coming to United. There was only certain United fans, I'm not going to mention names, that were excited about him and the king is back, blah, blah, blah. Man,
No,
this was-
every United fan was excited. Everyone
This
that
was-
we
this
had,
was
we had what can go bad at the back of our minds.
You,
All of
you
us did.
signed him. You signed him because you didn't want him to go to City.
Yes,
City would have been better off with him.
yes.
Right.
And United will be better off.
Now it's backfired. Now what? Then poor Ten Hag's got to rebuild, protect everybody because he's not the only big fish that's sitting on the bench. There's a guy called Jadon Sancho that you also paid a lot of money for that's sitting on the bench there. He's next that's going to come out there and criticize everybody.
That's why I say United don't put a stop to this now. It doesn't stop any other player from doing the same thing.
Yeah,
If United and Eric don't do a stop to put a stop to this now and deal with. Look, when Tevez didn't want to come on for City in the Champions League, that man was banished to Argentina for like 6 months. He was done.
Kyle Walker.
Ronaldo got the captain's armband 2 games later. Don't talk to me about disrespect.
Kyle Walker was basically sold because he refused to come on also in the game. And then Pochettino said, that's it. You remember he never played for the entire Christmas period up until before he was sold. That's when Kieran Trippier came into prominence. Kyle Walker never played a game for Spurs. Kyle Walker's last game was just after Christmas. He refused to come in a League Cup game. And he never played another game for Spurs after Christmas. Trippier played every
Because that's how you deal with it. That's how you deal with players who refuse to come on. Not suspend them for 1 game and then give them the captain's band the next.
Yeah.
Look, fair enough. That's what I'm saying.
I
It was
just
one
think-
thing. If there's one person that can come out of this, Ten Hag looks like the man because I think United is in a
Yeah, he
predicament
does.
now with the
And that is what I think. I think Ronaldo overestimated the way the fans feel about him and he underestimated the way the fans feel about Erik Ten Hag. I thought that his status was cemented and permanentized in United's mind. It's not. It's not.
This is just my opinion, and people can shut me down for this. I just believe the worst influence at Manchester United today is Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
listen to what he says. Listen to what he says. The only person that persuaded me to come here, he
was
phoned me and I
Fergie.
said, yes, boss. And he said, you can't sign for them. He said, okay, boss.
Yeah.
Which means that
look,
the Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand things, he's never seen them as friends ever since he left. Because he's saying that their phone calls made nothing. They thought, because they were publicly going, I chatted to him, I spoke to him, he was coming and we persuaded him. That means to say your calls meant nothing. If he
Exactly.
didn't phone me, I wouldn't have signed for you.
Not one person came out to defend Ronaldo except Grimes. Not one person, even those that was so for Ronaldo.
yeah, look,
So,
fair enough.
No,
Carry on,
I-
Cloud.
I-
Wrap it up, Bram, when we carry on. I want to
let's wrap it up with him. I just say
We spent 40 minutes talking about the prima donna.
he's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go for the good of English football. You don't. And nobody would want him because your club's going to be hated for signing him.
Yeah, look, fair enough. Like I said again, I think United have come out smiling. But anyway, let's move along. Like I said, we've spent about 40 minutes chatting about the prima donna, Botox, Kim Kardashian guy. How are we going to do the midterm review? Do we start from who's at the top? The guy that's wearing the glasses where it's so bright? Or do we start with the lowest and worst?
You do know Ronaldo's going to end up by you, eh? You do know
How do you
Ronaldo's going
guys
to end
wanna
up by
do
you
this?
after
How-
Christmas.
You won't end up Arsenal, they're not in the Champions League.
You do know he's going to end up by Arsenal.
He's not even going to end up Arsenal, they're not in the Champions League.
Benni,
They're not in the
Benni, I
Champions
say-
League.
I say-
If
Benni,
you
I say
want your
he's
Europa,
gonna
you can
end
stay
up-
by United.
I say he's going to end up at Arsenal. You know why? Because Arsenal are running to win the Premier League. He's going to want to lift the Premier League and say, don't forget, this is where I was supposed to go to before United.
Oh,
Yo, imagine.
Remember-
I think I will literally slay my pulse if that happens. I will slay my pulse.
Remember in all his interviews, he said Wenger hesitated to sign me because he was going to go to Arsenal before he signed for United.
I can guarantee you, I think that's the fucking guys. We don't want this fucking Botox guy here coming in here and fucking up this period, the power thing, the marketing. You said this light bulb, I want everybody in tune and in line and we're going to connect with 60,000 people out there, fucking guys. So where are we going to start with this midterm review? Do we go and start at the bottom at number 6 or wherever Isadore is laying there at the log? Or do we start with the number 1 log leader going into Christmas, guys? Fucking tell me, guys. Come on, let's go, guys. I'm waiting for it, guys. Where do you want to go?
Let's go into the elephants on top of the table. Let's start there by the elephant on top of the tree. Let's start by the elephant on top of the tree. Let's start.
He's been dying for this. So go for it.
Let's start with the elephant on top of the tree.
Look, all jokes aside, I'm going to be honest. Olly,
Done.
Olly,
Finito.
I want you to clip this. I'll hold my hands up high and I'll say, at this moment in time right now, Arteta is proving me wrong. I will hold my hands up high and say it right now. He's proving me wrong, and that's what I've always wanted.
You need to apologize to the Teta in people, bro. You've been very hurtful and very rude. You've been disgraceful towards the Kremlin. The chicken in the kitchen. I feel they need an apology.
Let me put it to you like this. If we win a trophy, because there's no way the way we're playing right now cannot yield silverware. No? If we win a trophy and we end at least, okay, obviously top four, we should get top four. But if we're at least in a title race, by say April, then I will apologize. Because I personally said we were going to end fifth. I did not a damn see us flying so high. So what I will say is we've done the job up until this point now. What needs to happen right now, going forward, is he needs to be back, because I think we can all agree 5 points is nothing for Manchester City.
No.
Agreed.
He needs 2-3 signings in January.
Exactly. We need 3 signings in January. Now it's all on the board.
Cristiano
Because for me,
Ronaldo.
Prem, you're going to make me swear and I'm in a good mood. So for me, back him in January so that we can honestly have a push at it, because we're not going to get this opportunity
I
again.
think they will. I think Arsenal will definitely back him if they look at this now. I think they will give Arteta what the fuck he wants.
They have to.
Like,
If they don't, then they missed the trick this season, because next season Liverpool is not going to be as bad. Chelsea's not going to be as bad.
It's not, if they don't back him in January, it's not his fault if they don't.
Sorry, because look at it like this. Remember last season where we sold Oba in January, but we didn't replace him, and that bit us in the ass. Spurs signed 2 players. They popped us to top 4.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting here in May again and saying, they didn't learn from their mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Back him. My personal grade to Arsenal right now, I'm going to give it a B+. I'm not going to go A yet, because that comes at the end of the season. I'm grading us as a B+. It's awesome, but it can still get better.
I'd say A-.
Playing the best football in the world. They're playing the best football in the world.
I agree with that. That's what I agree with. I enjoy watching Arsenal play now. I enjoy watching Arsenal play.
David, that is how Liverpool played, my bro.
It is. I feel the same way watching this Arsenal team now, the way I felt about Liverpool last season and this season.
If you see 11 players working for each other, working each other's spaces the whole time, just keep on communicating. There's nothing better to see that. You know, it's like if you must sit and analyze Arsenal, like it's a fucking joy. It's a fucking joy for a manager, for anyone who's trying to analyze football, look at football. It's a fucking joy. So for me, Davey, you can say what you want. I'm probably the only one that's not surprised this is happening with Arsenal, because I knew this was gonna happen with Arsenal. So, and you sitting with we spoke about it last time. You're sitting with a modern day manager that actually someone made a statement the other day. I think one of the pundits said someone said that they say he's a better manager than Pep. Like in terms of the way he deals with the players and stuff like that.
Say that when you won as much as Pep. Say that when you won as much as Pep. You're not gonna say that, bro. You're not gonna say that. You're not gonna say that for with the FA Cup behind your name that you didn't even take the team to the tournament. You got to final.
We can't always in today's football look at just managers because of trophies. We need to look beyond that as well. You know, yes, I get the fact that we're looking at trophies and whatever.
I understand that, but you're comparing Arteta to Guardiola, bro. You're not comparing Ancelotti to Guardiola. You're comparing Arteta. You now just said he's a better manager than Pep. Okay, you said a pundit said. You said a pundit said. Now I'm telling you, a pundit is just.
I'm not saying you see, Arteta is the guy with the. I think Bram said the guy with the cones out. No, Bram didn't say something like that.
Yes. If anybody else Arteta an apology, yes, Bram. If anybody else Arteta apology,
managers that put out the cones and that get involved with the players in training. That is such a better manager. Like in general, your players trust you more. And we see it now. We see it now with the modern day football. So Arteta is like a modern day manager, and we will get more. I think Eddie Howe is exactly probably the same like Arteta. I won't be surprised if he's not. I think that's how we know.
Strategically keeps it.
What I said about putting out the cones quickly, right? No, let me answer you. Arteta was an understudy to Pep. He did put the cones out. Pep Guardiola is not only a manager, he's a coach. He coaches the team. Arteta's job was not to coach the team. He didn't coach. He was busy learning from Pep, right? Jose Mourinho did the same thing at Barcelona under Bobby Robson. Jose Mourinho's job was put the cones out, come and teach you why do I do this and that and that. So Pep's job was to put the cones out. Pep was not the manager or the coach that put out why City play the way they play, because that came from Barcelona. He took it to Bayern, he took it there. So he did put the cones out at Man City. He was the cone boy. But his job was to study till you're ready to go and go your own way. And that's why Pep said he was now ready to go. Right?
Yeah.
So, yes, his job was the cone boy. I've been following people who come under Pep Guardiola, not since people started watching videos now on YouTube. Erik ten Hag came out of Pep's hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Erik ten Hag's job was go and fetch the balls and put it out. Watch how I set out my session. Watch how I deal with the player. Watch how I tell them what to do.
And I think we all started as a coach.
Wenger was a coach. Alex Ferguson never coached anybody. Every year United never had a coach and never won the league. Every year United never had a coach and never won the league. Every time they had a coach, he won the league because he said, I cannot do both. I can't do both. Klopp is a coach. And the manager.
The sis for me, it's the sis.
He said the end, man. Now, look, fair enough.
So just to justify the cone session,
we get you, Bram, but you didn't say it like that. You were very undermining and condescending when you said the fucking cone guy. The brother used to put cones out for Pep. It was not a good thing. It was not a analysis of what you were very condescending, and I feel this is okay. Maybe I'm wrong because you don't owe a Twitter apology. I'm just weirded out by this Arsenal fans. You know that remember last season, the whole season was you had a good first half against City. This season is you have a good first half of the season. We talk at the end. We talk at the end.
That's what I'm saying. It's a long
the World Cup is very good. I'm going to say he's very, very, very good.
I can't say that they have a better team.
I'll say I underestimated him.
Yes, you did. You all did.
Underestimated
Everyone here did. Everyone here did.
I did.
I'll tell you, I underestimated.
Except Olly and Bisa.
Yeah, they're the only two.
I underestimated him with how quickly he grasped his job. I would have
3 seasons.
Taken another 3-4 seasons. But the guy has grasped his job so quickly. And that I take my hat off to him. That's where I take my hat off to him. I give him full credit, Bram.
Kicking off
Full
the
credit.
man.
No, nasty, Bradley. Nasty.
Anyways, so now let's come to number 3. Who's number 3 on the log? Is it 3, 4? Where are we going now?
Newcastle.
I'll touch on them. I'll touch on them. I wish I had Talib here, man, but let me go to 4th place. Bram the Hotspur, your floor is yours, my man. Take it away, long drop.
C.
C.
Don't tell me I am what did you say? I am ungrateful. I am not ungrateful.
I was going to say pessimistic. That's Olly's word. Okay, but look, Bram, okay. I want you to tell me why you say that, because yes, you haven't beaten a big team. Yes, you're not playing the football that you want to play, but you knew what football you signed up for when you got Conte. But look at it like this.
Yep.
Before Bram answer, like it's kind of weird, Bram, that last season you guys won all the big team, well, most of it, and he's got kind of the same teams, better players, but now he's backing off from him. I don't understand that though. I'm trying to figure it out.
For me, Bram, you're still there. You still have to kick into gear yet. You still have
to
kick into gear.
But
this is Conte closing up at the back though.
Okay, David, I got 6 players in defense, my bro. That is the problem.
But still,
for me, let me just be very quick. I'm going to be very, very quick. Right? I'm going to be very quick. This is Conte. We're conceding goals every single game. That can't be Conte. right? Every single game. I've always said that if Ben Davies and Ben Dyer is your first choice centre backs, your club does not belong in the top 6. Those are reserve team players. And we haven't, he hasn't made them better. Look, Arteta made the players better at Arsenal. Ten Hag has made United's players not better in their system.
Say it, right? Better. Say it. The players is better, bro. The players is better. Say it. Don't let me mention names.
No. The system is much better. Much better. And
in the system.
Who has gotten better under Antonio Conte at Spurs?
Bentancur.
Kulusevski.
Yo, what a player. The two of them was the difference the two of them were the difference why we made the Champions League. So
Man scored 2 winners.
They brought stability and quality to the team. Who's gotten better? Nobody. Everybody's gone backwards. So see. A C and we leave it there. And will we end in the top 4? If we don't improve our football, then no. I won't see top 4.
Wow.
I think Liverpool and Chelsea will be short.
Liverpool, Chelsea and Spurs as United going to the top 4 now. To be honest,
say no more.
I don't think Newcastle is going to be top 4.
I got criticized. I said, United is the hardest team to beat. And then you went to lose against
Benny, I want to go back to Benny's comment. I want to go back to Benny's comment. Benny, just like Arsenal, if Newcastle buys 3-4 wide players in January, they fucking can beat the top 4, my guy. They definitely can beat that top 4.
I know. And I think they deserve it the most. If you look at every other, they deserve it the most.
Newcastle is probably one of the hardest teams to beat right now.
Yeah, but we still beat them. We were lucky to draw them, Olly. Teams that play against United, we can bust. That's why I say we're going to beat the Arsenals, we're going to beat the Chelseas, we're going to beat the Liverpools this season. Cities, I'm not going to talk about that. But teams that come at United is better for United system. Teams that sit back in the low block, we're still struggling with that. That is why it's going to be touch over top for this season.
I think City's team is bored.
Look,
they're like Liverpool's team tired.
Last year, so they went on to win the league. He said that same thing last year.
That year they bored.
Listen, Debbie, remember when we had the pod meeting, and I said that United will be the team that will determine in the Champions League and who will avoid relegation, because I feel that they will. There's games that they will beat unexpected teams. They beat Arsenal, they beat Spurs,
drew
Chelsea.
Should have beat
Chelsea.
Then they go on to lose against Aston Villa. So
I think City will lose at Old Trafford. City will lose at Old Trafford. That's what I think. By the time we play City at Old Trafford, we will be without Ronaldo. And that team will be on another level. So I think United winning City is going to give Arsenal the league title.
I was about to say, from your lips to God's ears, my man. From your lips to God's ears. I should have made your thumbnail a long time already.
What 33 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's snap that. We'll post that same thing in a couple of months.
Let me take a photo, actually. But is that your segue into United? Because we're all coming on to United now.
Olly, once again, you go first, my man. Once again.
What is the question?
United's going to be in the top 4.
What are you asking me?
Your midterm review.
Honestly, I think we spoke a few times on the show about like all United needed is just the system. Like literally, this players always just needed the system. You know, so now they've got a system, and now we can see actually how good they can be. And Bram is right; they are very tough to beat. So I think I didn't expect Ten Hag to do this well till now. I did not expect that. I didn't expect them to beat some of the teams they beat. I didn't expect that either. Honestly, I didn't expect to win against Arsenal. That was quite a surprise to me. I'm not gonna lie.
3-1.
Like, yeah.
3-1, just by the way, no? 3-1.
Yeah, but I mean, they played better. I think they played much better. And then
The only team besides City.
So honestly, it just shows you also like how good the manager is at the end of the day to have made a difference so quick. Where other managers took 3-4 years. I mean, Klopp took 3-4 years. I mean, this guy coming here, he sees what he has. He bring in players. The cool thing is we got a manager who brought players in who we actually wanted. So okay, besides maybe the Casemiro, I'm not sure if that was part of the plan, but I mean, what a backup, what a backup. So I think review for United, I'm actually very happy with where they're laying. I actually didn't expect them to lay with it. Oh, and I mean the top 5 and top 6 is very close to each other. We haven't had this for a while. So it's nice to see like this very, we don't know. Actually, I think everyone's predictions for the top 4 is probably fucked since now. No one expecting Newcastle. You can't tell me anyone expecting Newcastle to be in the top 4. Where's that, bro? Where is he?
I want a lot of numbers from that, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no one expected that. So I think United's review. I'm very proud of the team. I'm just a bit disappointed in terms of I'm not seeing because in preseason, yes, he played a lot of the youngsters, and a lot of the youngsters also did well in preseason. So and I think a lot of our youngsters are very mature. I think United's got probably a couple of the best youngsters in the league, and I feel like where his senior players is underperforming. I think like that is where you throw in the youngsters now, because we're at the time now in modern day football where youngsters are dominating. They're playing very well. Arsenal is doing very well. If you look at a lot of younger players, and other teams are doing very well. And I think United can play. We've given Garnacho. I think Garnacho would have started at the beginning of the season if he didn't fuck up his whole thing in the preseason with Eric Ten Hag, where he came late and stuff. Because he was always part of the plan. I think he was always going to be like the one winger. So I'm happy that his mindset is better now. So I think he's like the best. He gives you more energy out of the whole front three at the moment. So, and it's unpredictable. So we need that. And I think the Iqbal boy in the middle, I think he can do also very well in the midfield. So I think I'm disappointed in the fact that he's not playing enough of the youngsters. So that's the only thing that stands out to me in terms of. But we'll see what happens later on. I do. But yeah, I'm very happy with where we are. But I would like to see more of the kids playing.
Fair enough. Your grade, how much did you give? What would you give them? A, B, C? What did you give?
I would give them a B. I would give them a B. Yeah, for where they are.
So enough. Benni, Blanco, talk to me.
What's 50%? What grade is that? What letter is that?
Actually, I want to hear Benny's views on that.
What's 50%?
Before Benni go, Isadore, can I ask you something? Something is going off mad here in the chat. Is Liverpool 7th?
Yeah.
On the left.
My thing is, the log doesn't lie. If you just fall into the season, the log doesn't lie. United, in fact, we deserve to be there, and so do Liverpool in 7th. Newcastle deserves to be in the top 4.
3 points or 4 points behind us.
Seven here in the chat, man. That's
it's tight. They were 1 point behind us before the game against Fulham. So Liverpool was 1 point behind us, if I'm correct. Yeah.
But I think it might be a game in hand. We and Liverpool is a game in hand from the top 3. Yeah, yes, we have a game in hand with Liverpool.
Yes, but did you see our goal difference? Jesus Christ. But anyway,
carry on.
The season, like we said,
Benni, like how is Bournemouth like out of the relegation? How did no one see this coming? Like Bournemouth just getting points out of nowhere, bro. Like it's so.
They don't even have a manager. They didn't sign anyone since they sacked Scott Parker, and they had a 9-0 to Liverpool, bro. A 9-0.
Forgot about them, bro. Yo, forgot about them. Anyway, sorry.
We all knew the season that it's going to be up and down for United. We knew that the losses is going to be losses in Fat City, the 6-3, and we knew that there's going to be flashes of brilliance also, because that's what Ten Hag only needs this time. And I agree fully with Olly when he says that all this team needs was a system. All this team needed was an identity, which we have now. And Olly, I agree with the youngsters, but I think that he would first want to establish himself in the team, make the team play exactly the way he wants to play, and then he will integrate the youngsters because he's been known for that from Ajax days. And
No, but Benni, well, you know what I'm saying? Like also the fact that we see that when the player is underperforming, he drops him, right?
I like
but
that.
certain players underperforming, they don't drop them. So for me, like for example, Bruno has been shit this whole season.
There's a dynamic to that, though. There's a dynamic to that. There's a dynamic to that.
So why isn't one of the kids, Iqbal, playing maybe, for example, next to Casemiro where he can learn, and then play Eriksen where he belongs in that 8 role at the end of the day. But now he's forcing Bruno, and we're not getting enough front football from Bruno at the moment. The balls we're getting is complete bullshit. Like, it's so poor. Like, it's not even a joke. So for me, it's
Bruno will give you 15 shit passes and 2 brilliant passes. That is both assists. That is Bruno.
I think, Olly, you are an advocate for young players. And
no, but that is the ethos of Manchester United. That is the ethos of Manchester United. I agree with Olly 100%. I myself would like to see more youngsters given time in that team. I myself would love to see that, but I also understand that Erik ten Hag must first get the team playing the way he wants to, and then he can start integrating the youngsters. So that's going to come with time. It's going to come with time.
You can't just play the youngsters for the sake of that they excite you in a youth team tournament. There is players on the bench that are full season internationals, right? And what is the objective you're going to want to achieve with youngsters? Then you might as well say, we don't really care about playing in Europe. We want to develop our youngsters and see 2 to 3 years from now. But
he's done it at Ajax. He's done it at Ajax.
Yeah, but who did Ajax compete against?
Bram won't understand, Olly. Bram won't understand. You won't understand, Bram. It's different for United. We love more to see Canacho coming from the academy and scoring a winner than signing a player for 200 million pounds, scoring a winner. We take more pride in that kid coming out the same way we felt about Rashford, the same way we felt about all the kids coming from the academy going to the first team. Remember, since Adam was playing for United and I think Eve was the treasurer, we have had a kid from the academy in the team ever since. A record that no club has. No club has that record. It means more for United for our kids coming out of the academy. That is the truth. That is we have to
make. And it's not that we don't understand, Benny. What we're saying is...
What's the bold statement to make? That we have the record? Is that the bold statement?
Facts, if that's a record or not. But
that we have the record for that. I'm telling you, we have that record.
Okay, fine. Be it as it may, if you do. I just think that to say that... My thing is just every player is referencing that must replace somebody is a youngster. But what are you going to do with the likes of McTominay and the likes of the other players that are sitting on...
McTominay comes out of academy also. We're talking about McTominay.
I'm talking
about
you
Canacho.
Want to play 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and you want to put... So you don't want... You want them to bypass guys that are in the squad on the bench at the moment. Maybe there's
He's not saying that, Bram. He's not saying that. He said what his meaning is he wants the youngsters to have more minutes. He's not saying they must replace anyone in the team. He's saying he would love to see more Iqbal.
He said earlier... Iqbal to play next to Casemiro and learn.
What's wrong with that?
But would you play him now in the league and give him a run of games in the league right now?
No, I wouldn't. And I explained to him why. But I would also like to see the youngsters.
That's all that I said was.
No.
What I'm trying to say, there's a time and a place for.
You misunderstood Olly. You misunderstood Olly. And what I was trying to say, he's not wanting the youngsters to replace the starting 11. He wants them to have more minutes. He wants him to get more exposure. He wants him to be integrated into the team more. That's exactly what you were saying, right, Olly?
Yeah.
And I agree 100% with him.
When are you going to do that? When would you like to do it? Because I think right now for United, it's about... They're so close to the top 4. I think Ten Hag is about, let's get into the Champions League and... secure top 4. Then I'll
yeah, but Bram,
that's what I said.
Look at it this way, right? You got an 18-year-old that plays better than all our front three. So what makes you think that 18-year-old Iqbal won't be better than fucking Fred or fucking McTominay? Yeah. So at the end of the day, those fuckers in the bench that knows they're gonna start or they're gonna probably play before the other kid, if they must see a kid go up ahead of them, they're going to fucking start pushing themselves, fucking lifting their mindset and so want to play and train better at the end of the day. Because now, Kianacho is inspiring those other fuckers is paying 100 or how many millions or what they're paying to want to do better. So, because now he's threatening their position now for all of them. So
Rashford and Sancho is under threat because of Garnacho. Rashford and Sancho is under threat.
So that's 100%. So, yeah.
And like Fergie said, if you are good enough, you are old enough. Class of 92, bro, we had decades of glory because of trusting our youngsters.
Pep is actually doing it finally now properly. So which is quite nice. We're seeing players we never heard of. And they're actually good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah.
So that's
They
what I'm
invested
talking
in the
about.
academy. They are a better academy than United.
Yeah.
And I say that because United's players, the players of United is putting their kids in City's academy.
Yeah.
That's mad, bro.
That Palmer guy at City is actually a good player, no?
Yeah, and what's that? Lewis also. Yeah, right back. Lewis.
He's fucking good.
Brilliant.
He's fucking good, bro.
Brilliant.
He's definitely gonna play in the team. Yeah,
Even
brilliant.
I like Chelsea's youngsters.
Yeah, Chelsea also has
they've got
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher, Broga. But Chelsea's always had brilliant youngsters. Sorry.
Yeah.
Out of further, I'll give D. We can get better. D plus.
D or B?
Is that what you got? Is that what you got?
D plus. D plus.
Really?
D plus.
Nah, I think I like United. I like United.
Fair enough.
I think
Let's come on to Isadore. Been sitting there and I'm looking at this chat all the time. I'm thinking, what the hell is the people talking about?
Sorry, Isadore, what is that behind you? What is that behind Isadore?
Looks like a pants. Looks like a school pants.
Go Lions school pants.
That no, that's like a cupboard thing.
Is that a cupboard?
Yeah, it's a zip thing.
Is it a zip? I know it's
Yeah.
It's a camping cupboards, man.
Oh,
Anyway, is
I was tripping on it.
Nunes has come in for criticism, but he's finding his feet. Has been a different start to the season for Liverpool, but I can easily see you guys going on a run again. What have you made of your season thus far? You can have as long as you want, my brother.
Yo, bruh. Our season has been poor from the get-go, inconsistent.
It's your time, my friend.
We look tired in midfield. Like I told you guys on the Saturday pod also.
There's always meaning.
Midfield, his agent also, Klaar. Fabinho is also now a problem. Klopp thought, or the recruitment team thought that the team looks fine. The team isn't fine. We need to buy players in January. Doesn't matter who the owners is or gonna be. We need to spend in at least two midfielders, and also if possible get an attacker also, because I'm hearing Jota's out up until end of January, starting Feb. So that is also another covering thing that we need to get.
And Luis Diaz, how long is he out for?
Now he's back again after the.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's again. He's going to be back. So that is a plus.
I didn't even see him get injured, bro. Like when did he get injured? The game against Arsenal.
Yeah, in Arsenal. But look, like you just said now, Davey, Nunes. All of a sudden, all the critics, they silent. That guy is now banging goals. He's now assisting also.
Oh, but he's not. No one. I think no one ever said he was a bad player before he got it, because he's a good player.
I said it's gonna be the flop of the season.
Yeah,
because of expectations.
Yeah.
So Klopp's system was a bit too stubborn. So when he adjusted it a bit, so now he's got a striker that's scoring his goals. You know. So
yeah. But look,
so that's
for me going forward, like I said, 2 midfielders we need to get. I said this how many times already. We need. I don't know how Tielemans is still at Leicester City. He's a free agent in January.
Yeah, it's weird.
I can't see Liverpool not passing up that opportunity to sign that guy.
Yeah, and
I am going to Arsenal.
No, that is wrong. That is gossip. I don't know. I can't say. But the thing is, we
need to sign him and Madison.
But that is why I say. But I think Newcastle is gonna get Madison anyway, because they're gonna go back for him. That is what
he's gonna be. He's gonna be like they sign like they play of the
talisman. He's gonna be the talisman.
He's gonna be the Bruno.
Did they make a bid for him before the season started?
Yes, they did. It was rejected. 70 million rejected.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to the rumors of Jude Bellingham coming to Liverpool? Is that still happening?
The thing is that is for January. The thing is, man, only if it's available in January, Liverpool
Doubt it. Doubt they're
Yeah,
going to
but
see
he-
him
but
in
Isadore-
January.
I don't know.
Isadore,
Are they going to pay 120 million for him?
No, but he came out and said he doesn't want to go to England. He's waiting on Madrid.
He's going to Madrid. Yeah.
Oh,
Remember, he did
Wait,
an
you're not gonna
interview.
buy
He did an
another
interview
midfielder now,
before the
bruh.
World Cup.
Shumeni and Kamavanga. Shumeni and Kamavanga.
Guys,
Exactly.
he never said he's going there now in January. He said he's waiting on Madrid. Listen first. He said he's waiting on Madrid.
Yeah,
He's
but
not-
Shumeni and Kamavinga's not going to leave now in January. They're not going to leave in the next 3 years. They're going to leave in the next 5 years. I don't
He
think.
said, I'm not in a rush to go back to England. I will wait on Madrid or stay where I am. That
Okay.
was his words.
And he's going to stay at Durban for a long time.
He's waiting because he's only 21 years old. Or 20 years old. He said
That's
he will
crazy
wait.
though. He plays like a 28, 27-year-old, bro. He carries himself. He's a
brilliant.
top
He's
captain.
brilliant. He's brilliant.
He's a really good player.
Liverpool
Before
want
you
to
go,
buy.
Go ahead. I
Yeah.
want to ask you a question. What have you made of your Champions League draw against Real Madrid? Seeing that we are talking about Real Madrid now, what have you made of that draw, Isadore? How do you
Hey,
feel
nah.
about going?
This draw now, no, is on is 2 legs now. It's no longer a one gamer like a final. So anything can happen now.
You can get
But
back
I
in.
think-
I think Liverpool's actually gonna win them. Like it's weird. Like
I think
Liverpool is like
Liverpool's gonna
playing a different beast in the Champions League, bro. Like they're scary in the Champions League.
Gents. So is Real Madrid, bro. I'm sorry, gents.
Nah, Real Madrid
Benni,
hasn't been that good this
Benni,
season. Actually,
but you must also remember, you said now, why will Kamavinga go? Modric is not getting any younger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but remember, Kamavinga he's going to fill in for Modric. He's not starting. Kamavinga is not starting. Tchouameni, Kroos, and Modric is starting. So remember, Kroos is also not going to play forever. So there we
Exactly.
go.
So why would Jude Bellingham not go there in the
Yeah,
summer?
yeah, it could,
Check
yeah.
The other what is that other player from Real Madrid?
Valverde. Valverde.
probably the best player in the world at the moment.
Fede.
Liverpool actually made a bid for him, 120 mil on the last day. And Madrid said no. That is what apparently I'm hearing.
He's the best player in the world at the moment.
I don't agree with that. I don't believe that. I don't see Liverpool paying 120 million for a player.
No, that's why I say that is on the last day, because then what were you doing the last 2 months?
And we have 120 million. And we have 120 million. Nah, I don't think
Aren't you up
so.
for sale? Aren't you up for sale still, Liverpool?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
They're gonna sell it to American. What did they say? What did you say, Olly? Liverpool Cowboys.
I don't know.
Chelsea
My
Cowboys.
Indians want to buy them though. That's a
Ah,
fucking mad one. If
Is the ninth richest, bro.
wrong for us, bro.
But
Corrupt
then you want to
Indian.
talk or something? Or
Yeah,
But
well, also, how do you see your season going?
we need a couple more Arabs in the fucking league, but the Arabs is looking after the clubs, bro. They just help. They
I feel it's gonna change football, James. I don't want United to be owned by Arab. I don't want United to be owned by Arab.
I wish somebody would buy Spurs from Daniel Levy.
yeah.
Isadore, as I was
Really, I
saying,
wish.
how would you grade your team thus far? And are you still? What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for at the end of the season? What are you
Scores
looking at?
class goals, bro.
My
There's
thing
only
is,
one Isadore here. I'm on mute. I'm asking Isadore, tell me a question. You keep on bloody making out my bigger first cafe bed. Just us.
my four.
Sorry, Isadore, I said.
Yeah,
My forward thinking is they need to back Klopp in January
Flop,
to make
huh?
to try and make anything of top 4. If they don't back Klopp in January, it's gonna be the same team. Then it's no-
Who is Isadore? Who changes the Liverpool team?
like I said, I want Tielemans.
You said midfielder, Tielemans. Okay, now
Yeah.
he would. That's would.
Then there's also whoever they can get in there to, like Declan Rice also. He's also perfect.
That's
him.
180, bro. That's 180. That's 180.
I saw a story where not through this is sorry Isidore, but apparently he's made his mind up to join Liverpool in January. He has a clause in his he's got a clause in his contract, a Champions League club comes in for him, not a London arrival. Right? He would never sign for Spurs, he won't sign for Arsenal. I don't know how true this is, but it was Sky yesterday. And one of the other papers, he's come out to say that he is going to Liverpool in Jan after the World Cup.
That would be brilliant for him and for Liverpool, though. Yo, that would be a move. That would be a move. That would be a season-changing signing.
I don't know how true that is, though, but
Innocence replacement.
he had that look. He had that look about him already. Have you seen Lewis Ham lately?
Sorry, Isadore.
Go for
Anyways, Isadore, grade your team. How would you say? A, B, C, D, E?
But not even there. E, my bro.
So bad. Nah, that's relegation zone, Isidore.
Imagine you in his class, Benny. Imagine you in
I said D plus, no, I said D plus. Husband say E.
Okay, maybe E plus. Maybe how about the E plus?
Isadore, Liverpool is Liverpool fans is feeling the way we felt last season. So it's your turn, my guy. It's your turn. Take this.
And the season before.
Beard.
Anyway, I take it, my bro. I take it.
Let's go. Let's come on to the World Cup predictions before we wrap it up. I think we only got like 13 minutes left. I know Benny's not excited for those World Cups, so I'll save you.
But I have a team, though. I have a team.
I think
I
we're
know,
all excited.
but you don't sound too enthused. Like, look how you're even looking at the screen, my bro. It's like your cat just died.
I'm saying I don't give no shit about that. I don't give a flying fuck about this World Cup.
I think Davey, I think the timing of it just makes everyone suck, everyone's pluck.
It's got nothing to do with human rights, nothing like that for me. It's got nothing to do with. For me, it's like we played with United last week and this week we're playing for Portugal in the World Cup. I don't get that. And it's I understand, like it's good that we don't have that break for football, but I have no excitement, no anticipation, I don't want to say no interest because I'm going to probably watch the games, but I'm not excited at all. I'm not excited at all.
I just want to say, like they always say, Klopp likes an international break. I think this break for Liverpool is great.
This is a 6-week break, bro.
Yeah,
this is longer than pre-season.
Liverpool is break the most, no? Is it though? It is.
Anyways,
But and Isadore, you guys also have the least players going to the World Cup, no? Out of like the top team.
The least players, that's the thing. So that's going to count in the favor as well. Olly, let's start with you. Breakout star. Who do you see as the breakout star? You are advocate for young players. Who do you see being the breakout star? Holy shit, Prem smokes.
If you watch my team play soccer, you will turn to cigarettes.
If I was your team play soccer, I'd probably tip.
Hey, Benny, I like you.
Bro, I'm sorry, but contact football is not quite.
I'm just saying, I like you. Don't go there, man. Don't go there.
I'm sorry.
Talk to me, Olly. Yeah, I wasn't sorry.
Davey, the lighty that Arsenal wants to sign, that fucking light, that brilliant lighty from, I think from Sector, the blonde lighty from Sector. Yeah, is he in the World Cup?
Ukrainian.
Sir,
Is Ukraine in the World Cup?
Ukraine's not in the World Cup.
And the Napoli lighty, I like so much Kevin Goedes there.
He's Georgian. They're not in the World Cup. He's Georgia in the World Cup. He's Georgia in the World Cup.
Nope.
They're in the bail. Jokes aside. That bruh for me. Sorry, Olly, that bruh for me is the best player in Europe after Valverde. Yeah. The Napoli guy.
Yeah.
You see, he played against Liverpool. Yeah. Kavachla, something like that. Kavachla.
Best winger in the world at the moment. Most direct winger. Yeah, he's a fuck. You know what? He's fucking 21 years old. Oh, he's just the man is fucking next level. Yeah, listen here, Benny, I'm not really sure about all the youngsters, but I would probably like go with like someone like Saka. I think he's gonna have a very good World Cup. I think as Anthony falls on a youngster, he probably will have a good World Cup as well. I'm Brazil. I'm Brazil, so obviously for me, like obviously, I think Vinicius Junior is gonna just rip the World Cup apart. So yeah, that's my team. So yeah, that's my boy.
Say no more. Bram, the man, talk to me.
I'm not excited.
Football is good.
I'm an England fan. I'm an England fan. But
I know.
when it comes to international,
Does not come
Say
in.
that, bro. Say that, bro.
Kavarachi Kilia.
Karakatli.
You want to Google it?
Yes. No phone. Will allow you to solve it. No phone.
No phone will get you.
No
When
phone.
it comes to the World Cup, I look, I support England. I'm not fussed about the World Cup. I like Brazil. I like Argentina as well. Those two teams. So, it's World Cup, so enjoy it, man. I just enjoy it. England, but listen, anybody that plays well and deserves it, good luck to them to win it.
Breakout store.
In the Premier League or in the World Cup?
World Cup champ.
In the World Cup.
Oh, maybe.
I really think that this is the opportunity now for Neymar. This is his World Cup to go.
I think he's gonna have a chance World Cup. He's gonna have a chance World Cup.
I'm gonna say Neymar, and then my other bet or young standout player is definitely going to be one of the Spanish kids.
Oh yeah. Gavi.
I don't see Spain going far, but I see him standing out in the World Cup.
Yeah, you're right, Bram. I forgot about that.
But other than that, I'm easy, guys. I'm easy. I'll be shocked if my team makes it to the quarterfinals.
Are you talking about Pedri?
Probably will.
Pedri.
No, Gavi, isn't it? Is it Gavi?
Nah, Pedri.
It's Gavi and Pedri.
Pedri.
Yeah, Pedri and Gavi.
I like Gavi.
But
if England make quarters, I'll be happy. But they probably will. They probably will.
An easy group. Isadore, breakout store.
I would say Brazil for Martinelli. That is now if Neymar is not going to start.
He's not gonna
I was going to say that.
Rafinha, them all. A lot of players start ahead of him. He's like the bench player. Even Rodrigo from Real Madrid also going to start ahead.
I don't see why Martinelli went to this World Cup. If I look at it, they don't need him in there. Because Neymar and Vinicius Jr. on the left is more than enough cover.
I think Richarlison's close for them, no?
Richarlison is the main striker. He's the main striker.
Richarlison's the main striker.
Is Richarlison going to be the number 9? Is he going to be the number 9?
He plays. He's the target man.
He plays very good for Brazil.
Yeah.
I think everybody's going to play good for this Brazilian team.
I'm going for Musiala.
Night.com is 1-3.
Yo, but it's expensive now.
I said Jude Bellingham.
What's going on here?
I said Jude Bellingham.
Whoa. Somebody's spamming up the chat here, man.
Find love on the new dating site. Fatan May.
Move yourself.
Listen, do you? Okay, can I ask you guys a question, right? Okay, I'll support England. Do you think with Southgate with what he's doing, will he play Kevin Phillips and Declan Rice and play Blue Bellingham on the bench?
No.
He's stupid. He's very stupid, bro.
No. Bellingham is the first name on that team sheet, bro. I'm telling you now.
You'll see.
I agree with
Guys, when it comes to this, I don't argue or debate about England because Southgate is...
I'm telling you, Bellingham is starting every single game. Maguire is also starting.
I can see him going with Grealish, Sterling, Kane. And we will all sit here and say, what the hell is this guy doing?
It's gonna be Rashford, Sterling, Kane.
He'll go Maguire. He'll go with Declan Rice, Phillips, and Henderson because he goes with. He's a loyal bro.
I'm sending you something in the group, gents. I'm sending you something in the group. Just check it quickly.
He's a loyal brother.
Okay, we look into your soul. Why are you now all of a sudden giving me your voice now?
I'm talking.
Coming on to you. Okay, no worries.
I'm talking.
Breakout show.
Jude Bellingham for me. Jude Bellingham.
Say no more. Biggest underachievers. Olly, talk to me.
Kafana.
Win the World Cup.
Yes, we in a World Cup chat. Can you guys stay on point here, man? Olly, what are you doing? What are you doing? Olly, what are you doing?
I'm dancing with my dog, man. He's now back at home, so I'm just like,
Bring him in,
yeah.
bring him in, like bring him onto the bed of a dung or whatever, man.
That dog got more ability than Eric Dyer.
Shell.
Hola, Beauty!
Shell.
You doggy na?
Shell.
Hi, bro.
Shell.
He can scratch me.
The other one's in the hospital, so he's back at home.
Man.
What happened to the dogs?
They
biggest
were- they were-
underachiever, Olly?
That's it.
Can you get
That's it.
Okay, man.
Okay, Prem the man. Your biggest underachievers?
Underachiever at the World Cup.
Underachievers team now.
I'm gonna say France.
Yo.
I think the French are going to
Yeah,
to
that's a very good
with
answer.
that fucking goal, that don't happen.
You know what?
Nah, goed,
I
that
see
thing
what
is
you- I
last,
see what-
man.
I can see it going.
That
mad.
thing
It's
is
gonna be
last.
mad.
That thing is
Really?
last in goal.
But do you think he's gonna stand?
Sorry to break your word, Governor.
He's a captain.
Shit.
Captain.
Shit.
Bruh, that is the mayor of.
I don't think he's that bad. I'm not on your bandwagon that freezes Scala.
He is Popo.
Nah,
Newcastle beat Spurs. Why? What did he do? He's at fault.
he's at fault for it.
They will
No,
never
it's
listen, guys. Newcastle is good. Newcastle were never in the game to beat Spurs that day. Never.
Never.
What did he
Never,
do?
yeah.
Run out of goal and the game was finished, and then they just bullied us. Every game we've lost, blame him. West Ham we drew. He was at fault for the goal. Every goal that we've conceded is between him and the other idiot that's at the World Cup. How he got there, I don't know. I think he asked Levy to pay for the flight tickets, and Levy said, "I'll pay, but as long as Dyer goes off."
Say no more. I'd like to know, Ahmad, how
God
far do you say is
damn.
not gonna make it far? Do you say they won't make it to the quarters, semis, whichever?
Nah,
Let
I
me
think
know.
they'll get to knockout stages, but I don't think they will get to.
You think they'll make
Look,
it? Remember
France.
the last three winners of the World Cup haven't made it out of the group, eh? Bear that in mind.
Yeah, remember when they came to South Africa in 2010? They also got knocked out with South Africa.
We were messed up here. We were all over the place.
Yeah, so, and I see that again.
And,
Injuries also, they've got a couple of injuries, and
Yeah.
France. So I think they're gonna struggle for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Bram, I actually agree with Bram. France and maybe Netherlands underachievers for some reason.
We had somebody else
not
also told me Netherlands as well. I have them as my dark horses actually. Isadore, biggest underachievers, bro.
I think England way, bro.
I also go with England as my biggest underachievers as well. I also go with
Not
England.
a bad shout. Not a bad
Not
shout.
bad.
Not a bad
Anyone
shout,
else?
yeah.
Your underachievers?
That would be strictly because of Southgate. I would think if that's the case.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest underachievers for me, yes,
I defended him for long, but no.
for me the biggest underachievers would definitely be Belgium. That's Belgium.
Yo, look here, I see Hazard didn't make the team.
Yes, he did. He's the
Belgium.
captain.
No,
Isn't
he
his
did,
brother
he
made
did.
the team? Oh,
His brother's also in the
He
team.
did. He did.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's what I'm listening.
Told
Yeah, I
me.
think Belgium is not gonna do well.
Southgate
I think like the
Southgate
South
is
American teams,
sad.
South American teams are gonna do very well because of the heat and all that nonsense. But I think they're gonna do well.
Mm.
I can also see that as well. Oh, you done
just-
it
I'm-
tonight?
I'm
I
just
should've put Olly there. This guy
disappointed.
long time on the thumbnail, man. Yo.
I'm just disappointed with Southgate that I mean you can extend loyalty, right, to a certain degree, but you can't go when loyalty goes to absurdness. It's absurd that he's crazy. It's crazy that Jack Grealish is there. That Madison was a loss, he had to make up his mind. I mean, the guy's been exceptionally well. You know, it's you telling me that Eric Dyer has played better than, and don't know I've got an agenda against Dyer. It's not true, but Tamora, you've got Tyron Mings. Yes, Villa
Nah,
struggling,
not
but he's
Tyron
not
Mings.
being bad. He's not being bad.
That brother is poor.
I think even Joe Gomez has stepped up. They would have
No,
is
bro,
Dyer better than
no,
is Eric
no.
Dyer better than any of the two names that I've mentioned? Benny, let me ask your
Not
opinion.
Tamora,
Dyer better than me?
I'll give it Tamora. Tamora, I'll give
Hands
you.
down, he there, hands down. I'm mentioning
I'm gonna ask you a
guys.
question now. This is the one. This is
Tamora had to be in the team.
What is your
Tamora had to be in the team.
Bram, that's because of bets. That's why.
I think it had to be because of that. It's not because of anything else. I think that Ivan Toney would be a better bet for this England team than Callum Wilson, to be honest.
Exactly.
To be honest. But I think it's because of this. And I mean, the other man has been betting since Betway started in 2002. The man has a yellow case against him.
Yeah, like what the hell is that, bro? 200 and oh my god.
Man, bro.
Why must you judge? You also bet away every week. Why must you judge him?
But we're not football players. we need the money. We need the money. He doesn't.
The mighty one champion. Olly, who's gonna be the champion?
I think my team's gonna win Brazil. My team's gonna win the World Cup. Definitely.
I have to say Brazil.
I'm easy. I don't matter. That doesn't matter to me.
What do you mean I'm easier? Doesn't matter.
But I feel for you to, for the World Cup, Prem, for the World Cup to actually make sense for you, no, you must have a team that you support. You must.
England. I also support England, but if you ask me who's going to win it, look, the Germans can never ever be written off. Never. Those, that was something else. I would like to see like none of the smaller nations really.
I think Denmark is going to do very well. Denmark has been impressed for the last couple of.
Okay, I'm looking. You want to pick a winner? If I'll pick a winner, I'll go Argentina. I'd like to see
also good shot.
Final.
Good shot.
That's why I'm gonna go with Argentina.
I want Argentina to win just so that Messi can lift it and to fuck Ronaldo. That's it. That's it. I'd be happy for Messi winning this World Cup. That's how I feel about Ronaldo. That's how I feel about Ronaldo.
Go win the World Cup. I'm in the law.
Portugal win the World Cup, my bro. And Ronaldo goes and
listen, but they don't have a bad team also, eh?
No, Portugal have a brilliant team.
Liquor squad.
But all they're going to talk about for the whole World Cup is going to be Ronaldo. All they're going to talk about for the whole World Cup is going to be Ronaldo.
Do you guys think that image of Cancelo like ricking himself up for Ronaldo? Do you think that is the vibe within the squad?
Did you see what happened before?
Yeah, there's context before. There's context before. Yeah, he tackled someone bad, lost his shit, and booted the ball into players.
I'll send it to you later, Bram.
Yeah, and then after that, Ronaldo went to him and grabbed his head, and then he was still pissed off. So a lot of the things that is happening now, you need to see the context of it all.
Okay,
the media.
I wasn't fully aware with guys. So
no, the media is going to tarnish Ronaldo's image right now, and they're going to do everything.
Bruno clip was that fake? Where
now they went. He made a joke with Bruno. The whole thing about the.
Bruno came by boat because they both came from Manchester, and he was the first one there. You had Ronaldo, who also came out of Manchester, but Bruno had a delayed flight. That's why he came last.
Cool. Yeah, and I just wondered if there was like uproar within.
But they say that there has been ill feelings between Bruno and Cristiano.
Yeah, but they can't play together for a while now, no?
Yeah.
They can't be on the same team for a while now, yeah.
We lost the Bruno assist Cristiano.
Who are you going as a champion?
Brazil.
So
I never supported Brazil. So I'm going for Brazil. Because of that team, my bro is dangerous.
Yeah, so true.
Are you supporting Brazil when the last they left? Bobby Firmino out. Wow.
But what is that all about?
I feel they don't need a defensive attacking player. That's why they don't need him. They don't need Firmino because Brazil doesn't need the attacking players to defend from the front.
Exactly, yeah. They don't need a Firmino in that team.
His system, he is the Liverpool system for me. It's not necessarily the same team system for Brazil. That's it. It's not that he's a bad player. It's not.
That's also what I said, yeah.
Who wants to go first on the final thoughts before we wrap it up?
The league is going to take a long time.
You must say last. Benny, Benny, don't you
Okay.
go, don't you go. Benny, don't you go. You must actually close us out, don't you go. You came in last,
Okay.
I want you to close us out.
Okay.
Isadore,
I came in last, didn't I?
Prem must go with the final thoughts.
Take it.
On
What-
what?
what was
On
the
what
next
exactly?
Huh?
On
Prem,
what
are you gonna
exactly?
go?
Final thoughts on? No, you can go. I don't know on what. What is the final thoughts on?
No,
On everything, it's a final
Okay,
thoughts.
everything,
You win,
okay.
It's not your first podcast, Bram.
Have you got?
It's not your first podcast,
What's
Bram.
going on?
Shut up, Benny.
On the striker / defensive player.
That's what it says win, man.
It's good to be back on the pod.
Okay.
What can a man say? It was a month, like Davey said. It's good to be back talking about football. It's now. I spoke to another colleague of mine today also. The World Cup is upon us. We never even talked about this. We always said June, July is World Cup, and now all of a sudden, what a time to be alive. But yeah,
That's mad. That's mad.
What a time to be alive!
That is mad. That is proper mad. I can't beat that. You can't beat that statement. That's the statement of the night.
I must club that one. What a time to be alive.
Nah, I just hope we're not gonna wait so long. I think Davey, Davey didn't want to jinx it as having a pod while Arsenal's at the top. So that's why having a pod now because there's no Arsenal game for a month. But now final thoughts is that look.
I mean, brother, man, bring it the fuck on, Ahmed. Bring it the fuck on, bro.
I just think Arsenal deserve to be where they are. They fully deserve everything that's coming, all the heap, the praise that they're getting. They've deserved it. And I think with what's around the corner after the World Cup is that I think we're going to see some interesting turnarounds in the top five until the end of the season. It's going to go up and down. And then in terms of the World Cup, I'm not expecting anything, man. It's just there's no World Cup buzz being June or July for me. It's like I know you said what a time to be alive. It's hard to get your head around the World Cup's on Sunday, but it doesn't feel like I can see people being injured in the first game.
They told me before the pod tonight, Bram, that the World Cup is starting Sunday. I have no interest in this World Cup, brother.
I've none.
Can you see? We don't care about this World Cup, bro.
The only reason I know
Who's even playing the first game?
Starting Ecuador and Qatar.
Look at the only player Tony Valencia. I don't know a single group from Qatar.
A DSTV ad popped up here to say it's about Sunday, what time the show starts and everything. And I was like, oh shit, is this Sunday?
Can you see?
Yeah, I forgot Qatar is even playing at the house nation. I didn't even know they're playing. I didn't know. But
I don't know.
That's how I feel, man. That's why I said I don't care who wins the World Cup. I don't care.
And they still had like friendlies in this week. Like, what the fuck? You guys can get injured, you know? Yeah, sis. It's mad. I saw that friendlies in this week.
Germany played Oman and
it's got nothing to do with it. Sorry, I just want to get it out there that it's got nothing to do with that, and it's got nothing to do with the human rights. And for me, it has nothing to do with that. My interest in it is not diminished because of that. It's not. It's just for me the timing. And Qatar does not deserve this World Cup. They don't deserve this World Cup.
The final 3 days before Christmas, no? Something like that.
Is it?
I mean, something silly, like 3 or 4 days.
No, man, can't be because our first game is Boxing Day.
Yeah, the 26th.
Oh, yeah, our first game is Boxing
The
Day.
finals like the 20th or the 19th.
Benny, you qualified for the Carabao Cup. Liverpool and City play the 22nd. The final is the 20th. Liverpool and City play the 22nd.
Yes,
you play 3 days after that, right?
Christmas.
You play. Go check. Go look.
Bro, I'm lost.
Olly,
I'm
take us
lost.
home, Mr. Chairman, Tani. Take us home. Not yet, Olly. Not yet. Your final thoughts, Olly. Your final thoughts, my brother.
I think the World Cup's timing maybe is good for all of us. For all of us at home with our families and stuff. Maybe it's not such a bad idea because we spend so many times watching football, and I think we'll spend much less time watching football now, though. So maybe we'll spend less money as well in December. Yeah. So maybe it's not such a bad idea, but yeah, I think the league has been it's so sad because it's so exciting. For the first time, we've got like 4 or 5 teams that's just going at it. We're not just 2. So and so sad because now it gets cut short. So now we don't know. So like if you win the league, did you really win the league? I mean, because it was the World Cup just now. So
It's like Liverpool's COVID league.
yeah, Liverpool's like for me, Liverpool never won the league.
Liverpool COVID league. I don't really want to face. Liverpool never came to Old Trafford as champions. They never came to Old Trafford as champions.
It's so weird. It's so
Even
weird.
though they beat us 5-0.
In the words
Yeah.
of Kevin Peterson, Liverpool won the league when no one was watching.
Yeah, I think that's the only sad thing about it.
No,
I
I'm
think the
saying that
timing
was the
of
words
it.
of Kevin Peterson, Isadore. He tweeted that Liverpool won the league when no
Yeah.
one's watching.
Yeah, but we won the league. It's 19, so get over it.
Yeah, but I don't even have one. I don't even have one.
Get over it. That's the get over it for me.
And no one's 40.
What a time to be alive.
To be alive. I've seen 2 trophies. I've seen 2 trophies.
What a time to be alive.
People like Bram, man, he's the most respect, but I mean, they show you if you a girl and you want to question your boyfriend and he's Bramo, you can never question him because I mean he's with Spurs. I mean he's
His
with Spurs.
loyalty is unmatched.
They want nothing.
His loyalty is unmatched.
Like Bramo is like the most faithful guy in the world. So. But yeah, that's basically I think it's not really much to say. We should probably definitely like have another pod like after like a few games in the World Cup. Will be cool.
And then see how we feel about it. Guys, how we feel about it.
Maybe the mood will change in the World Cup. Maybe we can all have our team's jerseys on or we support whoever and then have a thing.
Only playing 1,300 You must be crazy, bruh.
For a shirt that I'm going to wear every 4 years.
Let me put you like this.
Yeah, but I mean, look at United shirt, for example. Now I wear I've got other shirts, but I wear this for the one season. Next season I'll wear another one.
We just paint our faces for the.
Oh, paint our faces.
We can drop the flag here.
You guys can tell me when. You guys can tell me when. You guys can tell me what kind of setup you want. You want me to do it where we all in one room. You want me to book out studio time for us? You can let me know.
Yeah, we
If you're gonna pry fast, if you're gonna pry fast, then yes.
That's your job, Governor. That's your job. Don't worry. But yeah,
because I don't have a trophy to show for us, I must pry.
Yeah. I love it. That's why. But yeah, I have to put out a show every day just to review. But that's gonna be a pre-recorded thing. But a live pod, you guys can tell me when you guys are keen, whichever. Let me know. I work around your schedule. If you guys say let's do it this time, Thursday.
You don't work around our schedule, DD. You work around ESCOM schedule. Get it right. Get your shit right. You work around ESCOM schedule, not ours.
Get that in. Get that.
So now your bitches need to know. You need to know.
Take us home, Benny.
Guys, this has been missed. Oh my gosh, this has been missed. Gents, I know that you missed it. I could feel on the energy tonight. The spot was amazing. I miss Beaster so much. Miss that bro on the spot. But next time, so we're not gonna wait this long before we do our next pod. I'm thinking maybe next week we need to check out our timetables, our timetable schedules. But tonight's pod was amazing. The guys in the comments, as always, the guys in the comments, you guys make the show. Like, share, subscribe. You guys are legends. Everybody on the spot has been legends. Legendary. All of us. Legendary status. To our producer and the man that runs everything, David. Big ups to you, bro.
Can we have one more question before we go?
Sure.
Who owes the most money now? Who spoke the most about Ronaldo tonight?
Guess you.
That would be either
It's
you
you.
or Benny.
It's
actually,
you.
because
I didn't say his name. I said the word cunt and doos. I didn't say his name. I didn't say his name, James.
Yeah,
I said the word cunt and I said doos.
Isadore was and what?
Huh? Say again? What do you say? Benny?
But yeah, like I couldn't have said it any better, gents. Once again, thank you. Like I said, I just asked the questions. You guys make the show. The same with the people in the comments. Always bring in the heat.
Always.
Like Ahmad has said, love for the love, and we'll see you guys next week. It's Olly, it's Hotspur, Bram, it's Isadore, it's Benny Blanco, DVD, and we are out of here.